The time is now. Let's make this moment let it young. The time is now. Let's make this moment last. Give up yourself onto the moment. The time is now. Give up yourself onto the moment. Let's make this moment last.
And that is all from me. Happy fucking Christmas.
Fuck off.
Go and shite.
Oh, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Fucking
No
misery.
pictures. No pictures.
Misery.
No
That's it.
pictures.
Like, the kids are not getting their fucking presents, so I don't give a shit.
Cheers, mate. Son's crying.
Fucking not now, but he will be when he finds out there's nothing but dog shit in his fucking stocking.
Dave, it's just football.
That one comment that infuriates an entire generation of men.
Yes.
It's only a game.
Only a game.
Get the rage on. Get that fucking switch flipped.
Where's the vitriol? That's why I ask you. Where's the vitriol?
Right, that's it. Oh, fucking Yossi Benayoun.
See.
Yeah, I'll loan you out. That's fine. You ask for a fucking loan out, you go, son. You're not doing anything for me anyway.
Let's see. Oh, elsewhere, and there's the late kickoffs done. West Ham have beaten Middlesbrough 3-0, which West Ham are now up to fourth, only a point behind you, Dave. Obviously, you have your game in hand. Whereas Manchester City have now beaten Arsenal 1-0 thanks to the big mallet of Richard Dunn. So that's Arsenal down to seventh, would you believe? After the 2 losses in a row. Jesus, this league is swallowing people whole, isn't it? So yeah, so Man City now up to 6, Arsenal to 7th, joint points with Reading, would you believe? What a fucking league we're having here.
I've got Birmingham, so I'm expecting to lose again.
I know, Birmingham have been pretty bad, to be fair.
Dave Kitson gets player of the week. Love it.
Again, considering, yeah, I would. I think that's fair.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yes. Let's see where we're at. There's been no sacking so far, which is good. I think it'd be a bit bad form now to sack people on Christmas Eve. We are, of course, training on Christmas Day. There has been a few rumblings with Arsene Wenger there, I see.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be far behind him if I don't start picking up points again.
No, I'd like to think your boss will be quite happy with third place now, considering.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at job security, which I can do, so Arsene Wenger's job is insecure at the moment. Couple of dodgy looking ones in the championship, Ian Holloway. But at the minute, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Premier League teams, as we said. Wigan, Middlesbrough, Fulham, Everton, and Blackburn all looking for managers. Madness.
But like I was saying, like ironically enough, I'm probably in more danger than you would be, considering how shall we say, insistent my bosses are. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to risk. Thiago Silva has pulled his hamstring, suggesting some injections and pain relieving. It's like, no, we won't take the risk. I have centre backs if I need it.
Well, John
out his
Anarisa has signed a 5-year deal. So that's
excellent.
good.
What a man.
Tied him down.
Give him the fucking keys to the kingdom. Right.
Boxing Day
Let's see now.
preview. So you're on the early kickoff.
I am. You are on the
Uh,
3 p.m. So I'm
I am
on. I'll
on
be on
the
Soccer
3
Saturday
p.m.
again.
Yeah. I'm on the. You'll be on the Soccer Saturday job again.
Yeah. You'll be on comms for my match, and then
Yeah.
we'll both be watching the evening game with great vigor. Hopefully, that Avram Grant, the impervious Avram Grant, will dethrone his former mentor. God, I
See.
just love narratives. Love narratives. Now, I will venture here now. This is probably my toughest game of the Christmas window.
You would think.
Yeah. So let's see who is fit and who is willing. Okay, Rafinha, pretty good. Okay, your starts. Mm, can't really afford to drop Terry, so he's gonna have to play. I've been told to rest him, but I really, really can't for this game. Hmm. Okay. Slight risk here, but let's see how that goes. Right. I'm going as full beans as I possibly can here.
Well, it'll be one of Robbie Keane's final games for Spurs.
That is true, actually. Yeah, he's gonna be.
Be a pool player again soon.
Yeah. I think
Get
he gets
him
one
in the
more
door.
game after this, I think, and then he's
Yeah,
defined
and then he's out.
defecting. But certainly he can derail my title challenge at the very least. Right, here we go.
All right, it's a cold and crisp afternoon at the bridge.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Dave, you're on comms to this one.
Yep. Oh. Chelsea v Tottenham.
I mean, what a great way to start off your Boxing Day, in fairness. Like a nice
Berbatov,
little
Keane, Tainio, Genus, Aaron Lennon, Duda, Gareth Bale, Paul Robinson.
It's a decent Spurs team, to be fair.
It's
Like,
okay. It's a defense that lets
yeah.
them down. Bar Bale, like you've really not got Ricardo Roca, maybe.
Mm.
Even Michael Dawson, you've not got much there.
Like they are literally like short of 3 players of an actual proper class, like vintage team.
And I'm about to nick one of their strikers as well. So
Yeah. Well, that just means they're gonna be in the market for another one, so
can have fucking Torres.
sure, that's a bit unfair, I think. I'm gonna try and turn the heat up a little bit here because we've had no highlights so far.
Yeah, none.
Mm.
We're 33 minutes in. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Keane.
Ooh.
Oh, and he's fouled by
That's
Makaleli.
Makelele off. Yeah.
And it's a red card for Claude Makaleli. Sent off for the challenge. Reckless by Makaleli.
Surely not.
And, and this could very well throw Chelsea's season into turmoil. It's going to end badly. Well, maybe, I don't know.
Chelsea.
Chelsea at home. Yeah, can do it 10 minutes. It's funny, I've got the realistic stadium textures installed. You can actually see the cracks in the steps on the stadium steps. How much more immersive do I want to be?
Well, this has made shut of my Christmas anyway.
Chris is
I have
over,
to
mate.
say.
Your Christmas
Yeah,
is
that's it.
grand.
Cheers, mate. Son's crying. That's it now.
New Year's
That's
is going
why
to be a fucking disaster. However,
I'm going to have a very fucking stern conversation with Mr. Makaleli.
just put it
It's
down to
like,
old
oh,
age.
here's the one position I want to make sure everything's fine with. And what fucking happens? What fucking happens?
Yep. Just put it down to old age, man. His timing isn't what it used to be. And now Ashley Cole's.
Florian Malouda's gone off injured.
Oh my
And
god.
now Ashley Cole's gone off injured. Dropping like flies. In fairness, Wayne Bridge has been very good for me this season, so I actually can't complain about that. But that is
That's
quite
true.
a bruising 45 minutes now
True.
for my team. So
The only highlights has been bad highlights. You had 2 players off injured and a red card.
I mean, I wouldn't call them highlights, Dave. I'll be honest. Highlights is the
Well,
wrong
they're
word.
Spurs highlights. They're Spurs highlights. Martin Yole will be fucking rubbing his hands together now.
Okay, defenders. Now the question is,
The shot map, halftime backroom advice. Chelsea's shooting has been awful. It literally says that on the bottom of the shot map. Fucking hell.
yeah.
Oh,
Now, in fairness, we've kept Spurs out, and that's famous last words for me here. But again, our discipline's been very good. Like we haven't had any actual suspensions yet. Like even from yellow cards and stuff, we've been very polite for a Chelsea team. We've been very, very polite.
yeah.
In fairness, yeah. Like I mean, like Ranieri Chelsea was a very nice team, but I'm thinking more in recent history with Mourinho's little shitbags. You know,
I think you'll be okay though.
we'll see.
SCM, Drogba. Now John Terry. He's had to go all the way back to Czech. Chelsea just knocking it about here, being very conservative with the ball as they have to be. Down a man, and it's given away. And the highlights over. It gave the fucking nothing.
Yeah, it was big subs.
What was the point, Matt? Like
They do that. That's what this game does when we're making subs. It switches to the regular fucking game.
nah. He'll be happy with a point here because it keeps your unbeaten run going.
It does. Yeah, we've been doing really well here, actually, in fairness. Spurs are getting a couple of shots out of us now, but they're not really the low quality shots, so that's okay.
I think you're fine.
We'll see. Still plenty of time to go, and I have.
Yeah, you're fine. You're good. And we are done.
All right, I'll take it.
Point on the board.
Point on the board. Considering that I've lost 2 first-team players, well, technically 3 if you count Makaleli.
Yep.
That could have been worse. That could have been worse.
Correct.
And as I said, my accidental Invincibles team is still on.
Yep. Stephen Kelly suspended for this game.
Well, that could make all the difference, Dave. You know, he has been the danger man for Birmingham lately, you know?
True.
All right. Now, bear with me. I need to check. Ah, God, I hate these emails. All right. I'll get the easy one out of the way. McLady banned for 1 match. I ain't appealing that. You fucking idiot. Fine a week's wages. Malouda was the soft injury, damaged elbow. Grant, you can go to physio for that. And Ashley Cole, knee ligaments out for 6 weeks. So I am down to 1 left back. So I'm gonna have to recall somebody from their loan.
From loan. Yeah.
Probably gonna be Ryan Bertrand, I'd say.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. Because he's been at QPR all season, so he's actually fairly
Yeah,
ready for the
fair,
first team, you
fair.
know. So let me do that now because I will need him. Actually, do I have another back? I have Patrick Van Aanholt, but no, I don't. I think Bertrand is the right call. Yeah.
I think so too.
Yes.
Fuck you, Torres. Crouchy's going up front today.
He's at Oldham. Never mind.
Let's go. Liverpool.
In
Liverpool.
And welcome back, everyone,
Golf.
to Gillette Soccer Saturday here. Happy Christmas, incidentally, as this is the first time we've seen you since no doubt you've had your royal family watch along and your turkey, your roast turkey, and whatever else other trimmings you want for here. And the goals have started off early, ladies and gentlemen, as Dean Whitehead has scored for Bolton Wanderers, or rather for Sunderland against Bolton Wanderers. A bit too much mull wine for me last night. And Sunderland will be almost apoplectic with that goal as they are currently winless in 7 and looking to get themselves out of the drop zone, which is looking even bigger and wider as time goes by. We have other goals across the grounds at the moment, but we are just marching at things at Anfield here where Liverpool seems to be trying to walk the ball in and Dave Armstrong needs to
Goal!
take it from here.
Yeah, it's a goal. It's the first goal of the afternoon for Liverpool. Peter Crouch was preferred to Fernando Torres, and that decision is paying in dividends. Ricardo Vazte combining beautifully with Jean-Arne Riise and Steven Gerrard, but the ball was deflected away by Johan Juru on that Vazte shot. Gerrard swings it back in beautifully and lofts it onto the head of Peter Crouch. First time as well. He's well on side. Crouchy gets up ahead of Juru into the back of the net. Liverpool 1-0.
Yeah, Liverpool recovering well from that chastening loss against Newcastle a couple of days ago. Speaking of Fulham in buoyant mood, apparently, who needs a manager in this market? As Brian McBride has scored against Everton, what could be a crucial goal in their season as well. And speaking of crucial goals, Dean Whitehead has scored again for Sunderland against Bolton. It is now 2-0 to the good for the Black Cats. And my goodness, were they going to be buoyant for that goal. And certainly Roy Keane. I don't know what he was looking for from Santa Claus this year, but certainly a win away from home may have been chief on that list, and he could be very well be getting it if his team holds on here to that 2 goal advantage. Elsewhere across the grounds, well, I mean, Reading really have been phenomenal this season, and that is going to continue as they are now 4-0 to the good against Middlesbrough. We mentioned those three rapid goals early in the first half, 2 for Leroy Lita and 1 for Kevin Doyle. Well, Leroy Lita has now completed the hat-trick now. It seems to be all hat-tricks of the Royals lately, and Leroy Lita, they're feeling a bit outdone by Dave Kitson a couple of days ago, has now got a hat trick for himself. It's 4-0 now, and Middlesbrough really struggling now. They're looking for some sort of guidance and assistance there. West Ham United, as we mentioned before, they have been phenomenal form lately, haven't they? And they are currently 2-0 up on Blackburn Rovers. Craig Bellamy and Dean Ashton with that penalty early on in the first half, and they are controlling the game against Blackburn Rovers. It's currently goalless between Wigan and Arsenal. As things stand, and Arsenal really do need a result here. Pressure mounting on the manager Arsene Wenger. Surely not in terms of could his reign be in jeopardy at Highbury. As we said there's also a second goal to tell you about actually a goal to tell you about Manchester City. Rolando Bianchi scored that goal just before half time, and Manchester City now cruising against Newcastle.
Come on, lads, get a second.
That's a bit of possession there. Same if something were to happen to it.
Oh, Taylor.
Did everything
Save.
well there.
West Ham 3-0 up on Blackburn.
Jesus.
Dean Ashton again. Ugh.
And Fulham have now added a second goal to their tally against Everton. And it's Moritz Volz with the goal there. Massive goal for Fulham's season there. Could there be an incredible fight back on from them? We'll have to wait and see. Middlesbrough have got a goal back against Reading. Their Marcus Hanneman's clean sheet is gone, and it's thanks to Brugink, who has got the goal. Arnold Brugink for Middlesbrough, making it 4-1 now on the score sheet. And as you mentioned already, Dean Ashton confirmed his second goal of the afternoon against Blackburn, but 3-0 altogether for West Ham. And Dave Kitson, feeling a little bit jealous of Leroy Lita's nicking the match ball, has got another goal against Middlesbrough. It's now 5-1 to the Royals there. What a great campaign that he's having right now. And obviously, just to remind you, it is still goalless in the other two games today, which is between Portsmouth and Derby County, and Wigan Athletic and Arsenal. Well, just as I say that, there is a goal now at the DW Stadium, and it's not for Arsene Wenger's men. It's actually Emil Heskey who's just scored the goal that could very well jeopardise Arsenal's season here. And we're going straight back to Anfield. It's been a quiet second half, but Dave Armstrong, you will feel jubilant here as the home team have just doubled their advantage.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty dominant performance this afternoon already. The corner from Stephen Gerrard coming in. It's an initial header from Jamie Carragher towards the back post, but it kind of takes a loop away, and Daniel Agger gets his first goal of the season for Liverpool. He'll be delighted with that. Liverpool now 2-0 to the good, and with a dangerous free kick. Stay with me, Jonathan, as this one is on the foot of John Arnorisa. And it is 3-0. It's an absolute square of a goal for John Arnorisa. As I said, I told you to hold on there because you know what he can do with that thunderous left foot of his. And it's into the top right-hand corner. Taylor, no chance. Liverpool 3, Birmingham 0.
That left foot of John Arnorisa will be finding itself in the Liverpool Museum at some point in its contingency, as John Arnorisa has signed a new 5-year deal with the club as well to stay on. And with any goals like that, well, you have to say it is good value for that contract. Reading are now 6-1 up against Middlesbrough, and it's Dave Kitson with a second of the afternoon. I wonder if the referee has a second match ball going, because I think Dave Kitson has an appetite for another hat-trick for Middlesbrough. They are really sinking without a trace at the moment. Speaking of sinking without a trace, you can also add Arsenal to that list, because they've just gone 2-0 down now to Wigan Athletic, and it's Marcus Bent who has scored the goal there. It really has been a grim and a depressing Christmas week for Arsenal, and they have another goal now. They have another chance to recover on the weekend, but right now their season is really threatening to go off the rails here, with a lot of teams looking to nick their place in the European positions. And it looks like the action's not over at Anfield, Dave Armstrong. Take it from here. What's going on?
No, it's been a foul on Marcelo, and I think the referee's pointing to the penalty spot, and absolutely, I think rightly so. Marcelo's gone down. It's a bad challenge as well. I think it's born out of frustration, and it is indeed a penalty. And it's going to be Naldo to take this penalty for Liverpool, not a traditional penalty taker. And it's saved by Taylor. Naldo not making that one count. Who the fuck put him in there? Who the fuck has him taking penalties, man? The fuck?
This is what happens when we delegate to the fucking the set piece coach.
Anyway.
And that's full time. Okay. And now we have full time around the grounds. It was a chaotic last 15-20 minutes of the of today's fixtures, but we are going to go around the grounds now and tell you everything that has happened in the last couple of minutes. Starting off with the incredible result at the Reebok Stadium, as Sunderland with a cathartic 5-0 away win to Bolton Wanderers. Dean Whitehead opened the scoring earlier on in the first half, until Russell Anderson, Anthony Stokes and Dwight York added to the fun for Roy Keane's men. There, of course, helped along with Ludomir Michelik's red card late on in that game. But Sunderland with their first win in nearly 2 months to potentially threaten Middlesbrough's Premier League career. More on that in a few moments. Fulham with another massive win for them as well, now bringing their tally up to 8 points for the season. Double for Brian McBride and Martz Volz getting a goal in as well. Thomas Gravison did get a late reply for Everton, but it was not enough in the end. And Craven Cottage buoyant with a massive win for their season. Liverpool, a regulation 3-0 win against Birmingham City. Peter Crouch, Daniel Agger, and John Anarisa with a sumptuous free kick. It's really cementing the 3 points there after a chastening loss to Newcastle a couple of days ago. Exactly the tonic that they needed to get their championship campaign back on track. Manchester City with a comfortable win against Newcastle in the end. Rolando Bianchi scoring just before the end of the first half, and then Elano around a similar time in the second half, securing all 3 points for the citizens there. Portsmouth and Derby played out a 0-0 draw in the end, and the only goalless game of the day so far. Reading, well, what can we say about the Royals that haven't been said already? They are currently 7th in the league after a 6-1 drumming of Middlesbrough. Another hat-trick this time for Leroy Lita early in the first half. Kevin Doyle getting another goal for his formidable season, and Dave Kitson making now 5 goals in 5 days. Incredible stuff from Kitson there. Unfortunately, a goal from Arnold Brugging was not enough for Middlesbrough in the end. It is a 6-1 loss and more questions for the Riverside there. West Ham United continuing on their incredible form. They're still in 4th place in the league after a 3-1 win against Blackburn Rovers. Craig Bellamy and a double from Dean Ashton. And a late reply from Kevin Pizzoni, not enough for Blackburn Rovers there. And certainly one of the main talking points today as Wigan Athletic beating Arsenal 2-0. Every game, every team in the in the drop zone winning today. What a remarkable set of Boxing Day fixtures we've had, and Arsenal now dropped to 8th in the league because of that result. And our late fixture now is in as Manchester United cruise to a victory against Aston Villa, Nemanja Vidic and Nani with the goals, and they have restored their 3-point advantage over Chelsea in the league.
Take a drink of water after that one, man.
How do you
Take a
do
drink
this,
of
Dave?
water.
It's ridiculous. Like, you need to have this fucking. And
Practice.
we have
Practice, my
breaking
friend.
news in the
Oh,
Sky
for
Sports News
God's
studio.
sake.
Arsene Wenger
Okay.
has been sacked by Arsenal. And, well, Dave, it has been a season that has been defined by departures at clubs. And really, it has to be perhaps the most bitter of all. We've lost Sir Alex Ferguson from the league with Jose Mourinho replacing him, and now we've lost Arsene Wenger, his main rival for many, many years, who obviously after that loss to Wigan, the Arsenal board seemed that was it, and Arsene Wenger's time is up. And we have to ask the question now, Dave Armstrong, what is next for Arsenal here this season?
I really don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the managers that are available currently, and having a look at those that are out of contract and who've been sacked, and you know, it's just crazy. I really can't put it into words. You know, it's just nuts. I mean, you've got the likes of Liam Brady available to take over a manager role. Jurgen Klinsmann, Ruud Gullit is there as well. Arrigo Sacchi, all available to take over. But the fact that Arsene Wenger's gone from Arsenal is madness. It's madness. I mean, what did I understand? He's had a couple of, a couple of bad games, and I understand they're not where they want to be in the league. But there's no need to do that. There's no need to jump the gun like that. You know, it's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy.
I think we've said it already that certainly the real kind of surprise that a lot of people have had has been this resurgence of the kind of shock results, the likes of West Ham, Reading, Derby County, even, and now certain teams coming back into it. Arsenal have been swallowed up by the mid-table. Do you think that is what has perhaps panicked the Arsenal board into a decision here?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of, they're going further down by the looks of things rather than, kind of looking up the way. They're looking down, and the results have been absolutely atrocious. When you're losing to teams in the relegation zone, that's when you have to start to worry, and I get that. But it's just crazy that, dropping like flies at the minute. And at this point, it'll just be a caretaker's league, the way things are going. But we'll have to see what happens in the coming days. It's going to be a new year. The transfer window's going to open. They're going to want managers in quick and fast. So who
Well,
knows?
on that point, actually, Dave Armstrong, we have breaking news in that regard from Goodison Park. As a matter of fact, it's just a press release, just been the last couple of moments after their loss today to Fulham, and it looks like we have Bobby Robson taking over
No.
as the new manager of Everton. Bobby Robson, who is only 74 years young, and obviously has had tangential links to the Ireland job by way of the manager Steve Staunton. But looks like Bobby Robson's going to leave his role as part of that setup for Ireland, and he's going to take over full time with as Everton manager. Bobby Robson, of course, a legendary figure in the game here in England, former England manager, former Newcastle man, former Barcelona man, of course, wealth of experience. I think it's fair to say, Dave Armstrong, Everton will need every bit of experience from Bobby Robson here.
Yeah, I think they made a good choice to steady the ship at least. He's 74, but that doesn't mean anything when it comes to this man. He wants to work, he'll work. And I think it's we all thought Dan Petrescu was coming in to take the job, but that's not going to happen, is it? No, it's Bobby Robson. And I think for the 6 months that Everton need to steady the ship and get it forward, I think it's a good appointment. Now, whether or not he goes beyond, that's up to him. But I think to steady the ship, it's a good appointment for Everton.
And actually, even on that conversation here, we have yet another managerial announcement. We really are having an incredible day of announcements here, Dave Armstrong, because Wigan have confirmed their new manager is David O'Leary,
Oh,
which is certainly
okay.
I think it has to be said, it has been a very long time since we've seen this man in the world of football. Previously, of course, of Leeds and Aston Villa, the man who led Leeds to the Champions League quarterfinals, famously. But this is a very tough ask for David O'Leary. For a long time out in the game, a couple of years now. He was out in the Middle East for some time on a consultancy firm, but now he is back, looking to get the Wigan Athletic out of the relegation zone. Do you think he has the tool set to do it?
Yeah, I mean Dave O'Leary, he did okay at Leeds, and I know that was a while ago. He's been out of the game for a while, but I don't think it's a bad appointment at all. I think it's one of those things where he's got Premier League experience, and that's what they want. That's what they're gonna need. So going forward, yeah, I think give him a shot, see what happens. I mean, you can't do any worse.
Yep, absolutely. And I think we're going to take a commercial break now before we get any more managerial confirmations from the news wire here. But just a big breaking news: Arsenal Wenger out, Robson and O'Leary in. Oh, wow. Okay, right. I have a lot of so. While you were on your comfort break, Dave, I did a lot of uh, shall we say, recruitment situations.
What did you
So,
do?
well, I have put Daniel Sturridge up for loan,
Yeah,
and
fair. Yeah, yeah.
one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight teams came back to me and said yes, please. So, he wants to go to Norwich, so I'm letting him go to
Fair.
Norwich. Patrick Van Aanholt wants to go to Blackpool are interested in him. Uh, and so I'm going to let him do that. And I also, ooh, excellent. Fantastic. I'm a happy camper, Dave.
What'd you
And I'll
do?
tell you why if it happens. More on the story at 9. Okay. And Dave Armstrong, it is now really has been a day of appointments, and we have one more to tell you about before we close off today's show. Blackburn Rovers, who of course let go of Mark Hughes over the Christmas over December. Well, they have now confirmed their new appointment, the former Portsmouth manager Harry Redknapp, which is quite a coup for Blackburn Rovers here after his departure from Portsmouth. But Harry Redknapp, of course, um, knowledgeable in the game in of its own right, and this is a good appointment from Blackburn Rovers, I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, you know, What else can you say? But Herman Ryderson confirmed for Blackpool. I think he's going to bring him in. Who knows? You know, it's one of these things that you kind of have to look at and say, well, again, it's another experienced appointment. I think he'll actually do really well for Blackburn. I think with that squad that they've got, I think Harry will really, really do a good job there. I do feel that that's the turning point that they need.